last time I was here, I was super, super pregnant, like about to give birth. There wasn't like, I had him a month later, but I was fully pregnant and my talk was on push notifications. So it was like super fitting because I could be like, you guys all know what I want to do, but I can't right now. So right now I'm in the midst of AI mobile. My name is Nicole. Yes, my title is VP of Mobile Products. However, right now I'm at the intersection of mobile products. I still do that, but I also lead our internal News Corp AI Alliance and try to bring all of our businesses together. So News Corp, huge, huge place. Some of my colleagues have already talked about from their perspective in one of our businesses today, Andrew, and I talked to all of them. So I talked to folks in News Corp Australia. I talked to those in Dow Jones, New York Post, all of them. So I'm trying to get them all figuring out how do we do AI and how do we do it right. And a piece of that is mobile. There are applications in mobile. And so this is why I'm here today. Tell you a little bit about it. So why is generative AI important for mobile apps? How can we use it? I feel like everyone's trying to figure out how to use it. How many people have talked to ChatGPT today? I want to see some hands. Yeah, I got a few. Who's used ChatGPT in the last month? More hands, more hands. And some liars. I definitely see some liars out there. That's fine. You don't have to admit it. I used it. This is actually all done by AI. I didn't do any, no, I'm just kidding. I did, though, use a program called Gamma.app. If you haven't used it, it's a great storytelling tool. It helps you create slides. And most of the format from this came from that. More on that later. So generative AI can create unique and personalized mobile app experiences. It can also help improve engagement. I think everyone has probably come up in some talk today, and I missed most of the day, so I apologize. But engagement is always really key. We've talked about measurement, but like, how do you engage users? Generative AI is an aspect that you can help increase engagement. And then it really, and this is what I think a lot of us are finding in our day-to-day use of it, it's all about efficiency, saving time and money. So let's start with mobile app development. Full disclosure, I am not an engineer, but I worked with a lot of them. So right now, there are a lot of generative coding tools available in the market. So there's Copilot is probably the most well-known one right now. And we've got engineers in our company, copiloting. So they're piloting Copilot, and they're trying to see where they can use it to help them improve their coding, but not necessarily improve, really make their coding more efficient. Sometimes it's where to start, how to debug, it's different ways. So it's helping to streamline development. It's also improving testing. And it has the opportunity, I'm not gonna say fully, because I think this goes both ways, the opportunity to enhance app security, right? So this is ways that you can look at your code and identify things that would possibly take humans a lot longer. So let's talk a little bit more about coding. This can help code writing specifically, help us figure out with these coding tools how developers and engineers can really write, review, and debug more quickly. Now, I'm going to get to some of the challenges. So like put a pin in that because I know you're all like, but really, can it do it all? It can't. It really helps with the efficiency of code writing though. I think that's engineers, they spend a lot of time coding, a lot of time debugging, a lot of times trying to figure out how to do things well. This just helps them figure out potentially a new way and be more productive in their coding efforts. But the challenges. So one of my engineers, I was like, hey, like this is really good for you, right? Like, would you have used this when you first got out of school? And he's like, actually, I don't think any junior engineers should use it because it actually can produce some really crappy code, especially if you aren't doing it and testing it and reviewing it. So beware. It also creates some kind of creative code. Now, I was talking to one of my SCPs of engineering and I used the word creative coding and he was like, no, creative coding is not good coding. Actually, the most simple coding is often the best coding. So creative, he was like, I don't really like that. So it has the potential to also increase your technical debt. So again, I think when you're looking for efficiencies, and this is, I feel like, the common thing with generative AI, no matter where you're applying it, is make sure where you're applying it is valuable, but you're not overlooking that it does have flaws. It's not a blanket treatment to fix everything and fire all your engineers. Please don't do that at all. So this is one of the tools out there right now. I don't know if anybody has talked about it, used it, but GitHub Copilot, this is probably the one most people are talking about. So start using it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to use it. I'm not an engineer. All right. So let's shift. So we've talked a little bit about development. Let's talk about designing apps with generative AI. So one of the interesting parts about generative experiences is that it has the potential to create a lot of different versions. So I don't know, again, if any of you have used ChatGPT or any of the generative tooling, when you go in and you put a prompt and you ask for something, your response is somewhat unique. Somebody else goes in and asks the same question. How could that design experiences potentially as well? So you could have a world where everyone has a customized UI, or it's creating the opportunity for more customization in your UI. I say opportunity. This isn't necessarily ready, and it's not something that you should just go in and say, yeah, we're doing it all. This could give more personalized experiences to those users for their interfaces. Creative assets. Now, I think those in the marketing world, again, are a bit wary about this too. Marketing assets can take time, and also creative assets that speak to individuals. So right now, a lot of times, marketing campaigns, they get designs for cohorts, right? Audience members who look a little bit like this and kind of have all of these general kind of look and feel, but we're all uniquely different, right? So imagine a world where the creative assets related to what you're seeing is very unique to you and how you interface with a product. Design automation. So I work with a lot of designers, and again, there's opportunity for this to automate some of their tasks, but not everything. I think at the end of the day, there is an art to what they do, and I think this just helps them also sometimes have a starting point, somewhere to go to kind of like, think about this idea, what would it potentially look like? So I talked a little bit about this already, but marketing mobile apps with generative AI. So targeted advertising can help identify and target the most relevant audience for your mobile app. Again, these are things that are just being explored, just being unpacked. People are trying to use, people are putting .ai at the end of all of their products, but this is an opportunity and could be. Performance optimization can optimize performance and engagement based on your user data and behavior. Content creation for marketing. I already touched on this one more on the design aspect, but it can help create marketing campaigns and more personalized messaging. So imagine right now today when you're sending messaging, there's only so many messaging campaigns you can send, and there's a lot of A/B testing that can be done, but imagine everyone gets almost a hyper-personalized message. Seems a little bit crazy, but maybe it's the world we want to go through. So this is the one I want to spend more time on, because this one, particularly for my business, is most, I would say, sensitive for us. So at News Corp and all of our businesses, content generation or content creation is our life's blood. We have insanely talented journalists all over the world who create amazing content. So when I talk about generative content, I say that there is always going to be a world for content creators, because generative AI, while it can create content, it has to start somewhere. The models are trained based on information and data and our publications. So there is an intersection, though, where it can transform content creation and the way we think about text, images, and videos, and really adapting the formats to what our users really are interested in. So today, most of you, probably all of you, whether you admit it or not, you're very much entertained by a thing called TikTok. I know it. I know you are. Don't lie to me. So short form content, as much as it is just easily consumable. Something you can sit in the front of the TV, you can sit on the bus. So we have really great content, really great point of views that we want to share, but being able to quickly produce or take a really great piece from the Wall Street Journal and put it into multiple forms that are easily consumable, that is the opportunity. That is our opportunity to make sure we have those personalized, engaging experiences that can scale. Because creating a TikTok video, I don't know how many of you are doing them. You might be doing one now. How do I look? But those things do take time if you want quality content that matters to people and engages people. So when you're putting those things together at scale for massive organizations who produce a massive amount of content, being able to use things like generative AI to speed up things and to have, oh, here's a really great story. It's 2,000 words. I want a version of it that's a Twitter post. I want a version of it that's a TikTok, and create me some images or find me some images. Imagine for somebody who creates that piece of content in its long form and now has 20 different versions of it to share into the world. But they need to review that, because like what I'm feeling right now in terms of generative AI can hallucinate. I'm very tired, so I'm very prone to hallucinate right now. So one other thing I want to talk about is boosting App Store optimization with AI. So I don't know if anybody has seen, probably all of you, we're in a room full of people that are interested in apps. Google recently released AI-powered tools to help developers optimize their App Store presence. So the next one. So what they've released is how AI can help build and optimize apps in the Play Store. So using generative AI helper to draft new Play Store listings. They're using Google's Palm 2. And then it's also using it to summarize users' app reviews in the Play Store. So these are just ways, again, even Google, Apple, etc., they're going to be putting out generative AI in their products. So we've got to also kind of be adaptive and figure out the ways to incorporate it in ours. This is what it looks like. Super blurry. Sorry, I couldn't find a better picture. All right, so the future of generative AI in mobile app industries. Here's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you think the same. All right, so we have the opportunity to have increased development efficiency when we're building our apps. I don't know about you, but I have had app teams, and it's always a struggle because got to build an iOS, got to build it in Android, then you've got feature parity, and then you're behind the web anyway. So, and finding a good app developer, man, what if we can increase the efficiency of the great developers we already have? So we can build better features faster to engage our users. That's one. So how can we design new and market in new ways using generative AI? Whether it's generating creative copy for your campaigns or helping to identify through data and AI mapping over top, maybe there's an opportunity for generative AI to move that space forward as well for you. And then again, the one that I'm most passionate about, this is sort of the word that is sort of capturing our attention at News Corp, is how can generative AI help increase personalization? Personalization in how we provide our content, personalization in how our users experience our products today. So now I'm just going to give you a little bit about my personal efficiency journey preparing for this. So I used AI to prepare for App Promotion Summit. So here are my tips from a personal efficiency point of view. Think about your prompting. Always review the materials. AI is known to lie, and it lies confidently with much enthusiasm sometimes. Do a little extra research, pull from your own experiences, and experiment. Find out the tools that work for you. I love this tool in particular. It's called Gamma. It's a great tool. Recommend it. And then some parting words from ChatGPT. I asked it to write a poem for you today about mobile and generative AI. I'd like you to pick which one you like the best. I have 3 seconds. So pixels come alive, generative dreams take flight, apps birth, art's delight. Number 2, code breathes life within, apps born from virtual dreams, artificial muse. Code blooms in the air, generative minds embrace, app births worlds to share. I don't know, do you have a favorite? If not, that's my time. Thank you.